KWT slaying.
Salama family, Salama, how y'all doing today? Hope you're blessed and highly favored. So fam, look, I didn't even want to do this. I saw from day one it was fake. I'm like, surely everyone's not gonna fall for this con. But guess what? They have. And as a quote which was attributed to Mark Twain, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. And this is true. Let's see how far this video gets shared. Nowhere near as close as the lie. And look, I keep saying it. We got to do better. Look, personally, not putting any fingers on anybody. But, I think it was camps. That's what I think. I think camps did it. I think camps are COINTELPRO. They've done it in the past with the whole thing about Hitler and we are the Jews and stuff like that. How many times that quote has been shared? You can't validate anywhere. I'm like, it's exhausting being a truth ministry. It's exhausting. All right, so let's start off. There's two videos, right? There's two videos out there, and we're gonna look at one, two of the videos. It's exhausting, but anyway, it's hard being a truth ministry. I ain't gonna lie, I'm telling you, it's hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and peoples, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus, a figure who represents not just the cornerstone of Christian faith, but also a symbol of the universal values of love, compassion, and brotherhood. This Black Jesus, whose likeness and history have been unveiled from the oldest vault, is a message to us all that divinity knows no color, that spiritual truth transcends race, and that our common humanity binds us more tightly than our differences divide us. Let this discovery remind us that history is not just the story of those who wield power, but also of those whose contributions have been overlooked or forgotten.
All right, so there's a little more to that, but I think y'all get it. And there was another video, and I'm gonna show you where that particular speech came from, and just a little digging, and you can prove these things. But there was another video that they did the same thing too. It was the one with the Pope, and the Pope was talking about how what he did to Black folks, and how we the real Jews, and something like that it was, right? And they did the same thing to the Pope, and that didn't get as much traction, so I guess they went with Putin. And I validate everything. I told y'all I validate everything. And even with the video with the Pope, I went and took my Google translation and translated it. And I said, yep, it's a fake. So I went and found the original video of the Pope. So for this one, if you notice, for this particular video, you can't hear Putin at all. And so you can't do a Google Translate because it's too loud, right? But a little research, a little digging, and you can find out the truth, right? So here's where that video I just showed you came from. Right here, it is President Vladimir Putin delivers his annual State of the Union address. This is where they got it from.
The really big cities of Russia, but also the remote regions. In the next 10 years, we have to make sure that the whole territory of Russia is covered by broadband.
So obviously this is not the same
this depends,
speech,
of course,
correct?
on satellite development.
I don't think I need to show anymore. So this is where they got it from. Now, so they went and did another video. I guess they figured, hey, if they find out that that one is fake, they're gonna have a harder time finding this one. I mean, really, fam, we got to do better. It is so exhausting. I ain't gonna lie, it's exhausting. All right, so here's the other video, fake video, and this is from my sister Naya Sim. She's showing it, and it's all over TikTok and everywhere else. But this is the one I chose because it's making the round. Now, like I said, let's see if y'all make this truth video go viral.
Just told his entire nation that they now serve Black Jesus. Stop what you're doing, download this video, and share it on every social media site you can find, because this shit just got crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and people, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus.
Now, this is supposed to be the same speech, but obviously he has a different tie on. He has on a different jacket and a different background, different location, right? Now, I don't know if you all can see this, and I'm gonna share it with you, but in the lower left corner of this particular video, there's this golden arch or this golden triangle. Can y'all see that in the lower left corner? If y'all can see that, give me a 1. If you can't see it, give me a 2. There's a golden triangle in the lower left. Why is that important? That's because you can identify where they got this video from. Now, let me show you this one. All right, here's the video where they stole it from. Putin makes no mention of Ukraine war in New Year's Eve speech. See the same little golden triangle right there in the background? Same tie, right?
Любые времена, встреча Нового года – это и светлые надежды, искреннее желание порадовать близких. Наступающий 2024 объявлен в нашей стране годом семьи. А настоящая большая семья – это, безусловно, та, где растут дети, где царят внимание, душевная теплота и забота о родителях.
So I don't need to go any further. So this is the speech video, right? Right here on the right side. This is the one that they shared that supposedly he was talking about Black Jesus. That's on the right, the little gold thing right there. And here's the original video that I just showed you right here, the little gold triangle thing, building on the left, right? Same thing, same speech. It's a lie. It's a fake. It's not even AI. Initially, this particular video, because it was sort of grainy, it sort of looked like it was an AI thing, right? But it's not even AI. It's just a bad recording, right? Now, does this negate the fact that we the Israelites? No, it doesn't negate that fact, but they want to use this against us, right? I told you personally, I can't tell you who did it. I think it's a camp because they've been doing this since I've been awakened. They do this type of foolishness, and it hurts the awakening, right? Now, if it's not the camps, then it's somebody like those people that hang over there, you know, with the urban apologists, you know, them white boys that be over there, you know, one of them got a last name of Boo in it, Boo, right? Hey, Boo Boo, right? But it doesn't negate the truth of the matter, and it doesn't negate the release of the icons. Now, the icons were released 15 years ago. This is not something new, right? 15 years ago, the icons were released. Now, let me show you. See this video right here? 15 years ago, right? It's not something new.
Icons dating back to the 14th century brought together from private collections across Russia.
It's very beautiful. It gives you goose pimples. It's a remarkable exhibition.
It's an exhibition which feeds the senses. Everything is so grey outside at the moment, and here suddenly it's a feast for the eyes.
And it's a feast that marks 100 years since religious icons started to be recognized as works of art. Before then, they were mainly viewed as religious objects. often left blackened over the centuries by the passage of time and added layers of paint.
И научились снимать эти поздние записи.
When we learned how to remove the dark layers, we discovered underneath an overwhelming beauty, to such an extent that it shocked André Matisse, who was in Moscow at the time. He said, "It's here that artists should come to learn to paint, not to Italy."
Учиться живописи, а не в Италию совсем.
But today, only a small number of these masterpieces remain. Most were destroyed during the Soviet era.
То есть это спасено.
These icons are the survivors. If museums hadn't saved them, they wouldn't exist today.
So we have, you know, a truth, right, which is the release of these Russian icons, which have a black Jesus and a black Mary and a black apostles, is true, right? But see, whether it be camps, which who I think did it, or somebody else, you know, they mix a little truth with lies. You see, so the icons are legit. The speech by Putin isn't. And so, you know, a lot of truth comes out, but the devil has to hide it, right? Just like this part of it, which was, you know, in some of the videos, which is legit, right? So you see a little truth mixed with lies. And, you know, it's like I say, just a little research and, you know, you can find out everything. But, you know, it's to hinder the awakening because, you know, a lot of people, especially Gentiles, they're going to say, "See, I told you so." They're not the people. Those pictures are black because this was worn out over time, so it became black. No, usually that what happens is it becomes white if it decays because it loses the pigment. But then, you know, you have the Gentiles who are going to say, "Hey, you know, y'all all about skin color. Why y'all care about the color of Jesus? Why do y'all care about the color of the apostles?" Stuff like that. The reason why they say that is because if we're the people, they got a judgment coming. So the icons are legit. They are black. And, you know, the Catholic Church also worship a black Madonna and have some black images. So you cannot discredit this awakening. But understand this, the enemy is slick. He's subtle. He's shrewd. He's going to discredit you. He's going to infiltrate you with people who look like you. And I've told y'all this. But see, they're scared of the judgment. They're scared of the judgment of what they've done to black folks. Right. So now a lot of them probably feel fine. They feel happy. They feel good because those videos that says Putin says that we are black and that Yeshua was black. Now that's been proven fake, but the icons are not fake. The icons are legit. And I'm going to close this out because it's not going to be, you know, wasn't meant to be long. With Second Baruch. And Second Baruch talks about the judgment for what they did to God's people. And there's a place of safety where we're going to be. So, you know, maybe one day a few Gentiles will awaken. It says this starting at 71. And the Holy Land shall have mercy on its own. So this Second Baruch is talking about this judgment that's on the world. And the Holy Land shall have mercy on its own, and it shall protect its inhabitants at that time. Now, you know, I believe that's Africa. The Holy Land, I believe, is Africa. So the Holy Land shall have mercy on its own, and it shall protect its inhabitants at that time. This is the vision which you have seen, and this is the interpretation. For I have come to tell you these things because your prayer has been heard with the Most High. Hear now also regarding the bright lightning which is to come at the consummation after these black waters. This is the word after the signs have come, of which you were told before, when the nations become turbulent. We're in these times. And the time of my Messiah is come. He shall both summon all the nations, and some of them he shall spare. So he's going to summon the nations. That sounds like other scriptures we've read, right? And he's going to spare some of the nations. Well, which nations will he spare? And some of them he shall slay. So Yeshua is going to slay some nations, and he's going to spare some nations. Does that not sound like the judgment of the goat nations? These things, therefore, shall come upon the nations which are to be spared by him. So I wonder what the nations who are spared by him did, and I wonder what the nations that are slayed by him have done. Every nation which knows not Israel and has not trodden down the seed of Jacob shall indeed be spared. So which nation is going to be judged? The ones who trodden underfoot Jacob. Now, does this not align well with Jerusalem shall be trodden underfoot? Y'all remember that. We talked about it. I told you that Jerusalem can represent the people. Jerusalem shall be trodden underfoot until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Every nation which knows not Israel and has not trodden down the seed of Jacob shall indeed be spared. And this because some out of every nation shall be subjected to your people. So these nations are going to be subjected to Yah's people, who were what? Trodden underfoot. But all those who have ruled over you or have known you shall be given up to the sword. I didn't say it. You don't have to believe Second Baruch. Second Baruch says that God's people going to rule over y'all for what y'all did to his people. Come on now. Your nation going to be spared if y'all didn't enslave us and trodden us underfoot. Your nation, if y'all did trodden us underfoot, going to be slayed. I read it to you. You can say what you want. But nations are in turbulent times. And if you read this whole thing and you read about how the turbulent waters, the black waters and all this stuff, right? So really, if you read this whole thing, and I'll put the link if y'all want it, it's really talking about good times and bad times, if you want to sum it up, right? Good times and bad times. So the bright waters are the good times, the dark waters are the bad times, and it's talking about this world being under judgment. But I wanted to emphasize the fact that something happened to God's people. They were trodden underfoot. It was the seed of Jacob, which is their offspring. It's the descendants of Jacob. What happened to them? They went into captivity. So, the idea that Black folks are not Israel is foolishness, right? We didn't prove it. The scriptures didn't prove it. Those icons prove it. But we get called out, right? And we get castigated because we say, hey, Gentiles going into slavery. God's going to judge the nations for what they did to his people, Joel chapter 3. Second Baruch confirms. But hey, color don't matter. But color does matter. You know why? Because the Israelites are black, and black folks are the people who have been trodden underfoot. And now the world and the nations are in turbulent times. They're in the dark waters. So, family, I had to come out here. Didn't want to do it. I really didn't. I'm tired. But it kept gaining feet. Nobody else was coming out with it. Because a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. Just the way it is. And this is why we got so many in Israel who's deceived. They reject the Messiah. They say Gentiles can't be saved. That's what they say. I'm going to tell you this. We got to get our game together, because it ain't about whether or not we look foolish before Gentiles. It's about what the Most High is looking at. We got to up our game, because we serving the Most High God, the living God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the one who's going to slay the nations that enslaved us and that shoot us in the streets, the one that's going to destroy the nations that persecuted our family, that took our kids. The Most High going to get vengeance for us. That's even what they call canon teaches. Even if you don't read Second Baruch, that's what the Bible teaches. But we're racist because we say Israel are black folks. Yet we bring out all of the evidence, historical, biblical, everything. But you got to know that some of these people that look like you are planted in there to cause confusion and division. Why? Because they don't want everybody waking up. And see, you're going to have the Christians say, see, I told you them Israelites are liars. You can't believe anything the Israelites say. See, now they have the right to say, don't listen to them. They're not the people. That's what they're going to say. But it don't matter what they say, because we are the people. The history proves it. History proves we're the people. The Bible proves we're the people. Everything proves we're the people. But you got some people who have sold out to the enemy. Some of them claim to be Israelites. Some of them claim to be Christians. Some of them are unbelievers altogether. But like I said, it's exhausting being the truth ministry, because a lot of times you're out there by yourself. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for supporting this ministry. And if you want to support us, you can give at Cash App $TOTW7101. You can also give Patreon, become a Patreon member. Also, you could go to giftgivingforall.com, get your mugs and your hoodies and your t-shirts. And also, you know what else you could do? You can make the truth travel halfway around the world. You could share this video. You could make the truth go halfway around the world. You could put this video on TikTok instead of letting a lie travel around the world without opposition. So, fam, I'm out. I'm going to go get a little rest. I had to do this early because it's just really exhausting. And don't forget to support the Dry Bones Project. And don't forget Quest to Unite Africa. They have that meeting. I believe it's this Sunday. Brother Karras, you there? You know, put the link in there. Oh, and also I forgot to put the link in the chat for the Second Baruch if y'all wanted to go read that. We're definitely in these times, and nothing but deception and evil and wickedness and lies, even from those who're supposed to tell the truth. So, fam, that's all I got. Love y'all with the love of the Messiah. Hopefully the Exodus is near. And maybe April 8th means something. I don't know. Love y'all.